Valentine's Day is around the corner, which means it's a great time to take a look at a few of the watches that you can get for a couple. Whether it's his and hers, or his and his, it doesn't really matter. Watches are a great way to show a symbol of love. They can bring couples closer together or even signify special occasions beyond just Valentine's Day. So we're going to take a look at two of the most popular watches when it comes to couples. And one set is of course from Rolex, the other is from Cartier. And we're going to start out with the Cartier because Cartier has that nice balance between jewelry and watchmaker. The design is always there and considered, which is one of the reasons why their watches can appeal to any gender. And if you're talking Cartier and you want something that's truly unisex, you have to talk about the tank. Inspired by French war tanks, it's crazy how something so industrial ended up inspiring something that is probably one of the gold standards when it comes to a dress watch. So today we have two variations of the tank, and one of them isn't even a Cartier, and that is the Chopard Tank. Taking the same inspiration, Chopard has essentially done a similar thing to what we normally see with Cartier, taking that small sort of almost square but still slightly rectangular shape, a super thin case courtesy of a quartz movement, white dial, Roman numerals, and in this case with yellow gold. Now this may seem diminutive for a man, but you need to consider someone like Muhammad Ali used to wear a tank. It wasn't exactly small. At the same time, it fits perfectly on a woman's wrist as well, and it's the perfect watch that you can have if you want it to be something that you share or something you can pair with something a little bit bigger perhaps. One potential option would be the Tank Americaine. Now the Tank Americaine was originally released in 1989. At the time the idea was for it to be a more masculine version of the Tank Centré, but in today's times and today's measurements, really it is much more of a unisex model, not explicitly a men's watch. While it does have slightly bigger dimensions than something like the standard Tank, it is still a very slim watch, courtesy of a quartz movement. But even when you look at it in profile, this nice curve along the side of the case shows that it is something that will just wrap around your wrist, which again does make it a perfect companion for a small or a bigger wrist. This chronograph version still sports enough masculinity to pass as a man's watch, but again with its slim proportions and its classic design could easily be a woman's watch. So again, another great candidate for being a couple's watch that you share, or one where you have a matching pair with maybe a smaller and a larger watch. But of course, the king of most watch categories is Rolex. And Rolex definitely does a great job when it comes to the idea of having different variations of the same watch with the Datejust. Starting with the Datejust 41, which is classically considered more the men's watch, the 41 was introduced in 2016 as a successor to the Datejust 2. The 41 though definitely has a good presence on the wrist, and with something like the fluted bezel, you can really capture the magic of the Datejust with that sophistication, something that can still be your dress watch, however, that still carries the utility of a sports watch. It still has 100 meters of water resistance, a robust movement, and even the Easy Link so that you can easily extend the bracelet if it's a hot day or if you're a bit more active. When we talk about the Datejust, we can't ignore the 36. Now, 36 perhaps in today's times might seem small, but it's important to remember this used to be the biggest size available for the Datejust before the Datejust 2 came around. And 36mm is a classic size for so many vintage watches, and there's tons of different options you can get, and crucially it fits both for female and male wrists quite well. The Datejust case was designed to be in this size. If you look over the history of it, it would have been their biggest volume seller, so it fits nicely into these dimensions without looking too big or too small. And let's face it, Rolex does a great job at mastering proportions, so the watch never looks tiny on your wrist, even if it's one of their smaller sizes. The Jubilee band does add a little bit of a more jewelry quality to it, or a bit more formality depending on which way you want to look at it, with all of the practicality on the inside as well. And you still have the 100 meters of water resistance, the triplock crown, easy dimensions, robust build quality, everything you could want. So this could just as easily be a watch that you share with your significant other, or that maybe you have as part of a matching pair, or you could even go with different dial variations. There's so many options. So this is just a quick intro into the options you have when trying to have a watch signify your relationship. But let us know in the comments below, what's your favorite pairing for a couple's watch, and what did you get it for? Was it for a birthday, an anniversary, or perhaps even Valentine's Day? Of course, if you like this video, make sure you like it and share it. If you want to see more videos about watches, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well, and check out some of our playlists on the brands featured throughout our videos. But that's it for today's overview of some of the best examples of couples watches. We hope you have a great Valentine's Day, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.